Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to my Cravers tutorial slash playthrough. Hopefully we'll get more things done today and hopefully my English is not going to be as awful as it was yesterday. So, let's not wait any longer, let's not dilly-dally, let's see if I can actually take over Edas here. I sure hope so, but I have my doubts. So let's see if I can. Of course I cannot. They probably used conscription, didn't they? No, they didn't even do that, they just protected the system and did extremely well, considering. This tells me, honestly, that I really need to upgrade my infantry, because those are Cravers, I would expect better of them, and the fact that they are so underperforming is quite distressing, to be entirely honest. Also, I just need more troops, to be entirely honest with you. So, where did you come from? I had the fleet over, I guess I just passed them. So either way, I have a bunch of extra needles heading their way into mutation. I don't particularly have to worry about, I don't really have to worry about them, since, I mean, this is a pretty strong fleet in and of itself protecting mutation, so everything should be just fine over there. Meanwhile, a bunch of losers about to feed my economy over on Delphinus, so we might as well get that over with. Nice and easy. What are those, by the way? Oh, yeah, again, more balanced ships than what the official full-blown empires are using, which is, as always, amusing. But I don't have to worry about them anyway, because they are just so bad. But either way, look, they actually managed to, like, deal damage to me. With only 3 ships. I bet that none of the actual full-blown empires would be capable of doing anything of the sort. I won 10 battles, yay! That actually took a long time. I thought I was battling more than just 10 battles. But anyway, I want to note 1,000 deaths. An event ended and I lost a bunch of population. I think I just moved it away, didn't I? I'm pretty sure that is the case, but maybe, oh no, actually I conquered Rebella and there is no food and people are revolting, so yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot of stuff over there. So alrighty then, let's go ahead and end the 10. And let's see, a scavenger is heading that way and another scavenger is also heading that way. Instead of you guys, one of you guys going this way, which would have been the logical option, but no, you had to be like special and unique snowflakes, didn't you? Alrighty. Now, do I care about capturing the system with, what's it called, the Academy on it? Because capturing the Academy, well, sure, it would actually let me also see all of the heroes in the galaxy, which is extremely useful in multiplayer, mind you. Like, if you want to know what your enemies are using and where they are using their heroes, which can give you a lot of clues and insight into the enemy's actions, then yes, controlling the Academy is a major deal. But this is single player, I could care less what the AI does with its heroes, I just know it has a lot of them and they are everywhere, and the info I get from this is, well, kind of meaningless, to be entirely honest with you. So I don't really care about the Academy for that reason. I do care about the system for the adamantium reason, but there's so little of it, I think I'm just gonna let it be. Instead, Daynab is something that I would really like to have. Besides, it also has some Bagba guys, which, you know, again, enhances and enriches my population. The problem is that this area is inhospitable by my standards, and I really don't want to learn how to colonize it, but I need to have some sort of adamantium income, and this place, how is it going, by the way? It's slow. It's really slow. Well, let's speed it up a little bit, I suppose. Yay, now it is only going to take 12 turns. How about we also double the migration? Yeah, let's do it. It costs a ton of influence, but I want this place to... You know what would be actually a lot faster than doing what I just did? I mean, I'll stick with it now that I spent all of this money, but what I could have done instead... I can spend even more than that. But anyway, what I could have done instead is decolonize this place, because this is stupidity what I'm doing right now. And instead send another colonization ship and colonize the Ash planet. It's actually probably going to be faster. And even though I spent all this money, let's not be stupid and let's do just that, shall we? So let's have a quick look at host. What can you do for me, host? Do you want the guy trade technology center? Maybe, maybe not. Your planets have some science, I suppose, and they'll keep producing some science even though they are depleted, so maybe? That is 11 tens though. It is because this place doesn't have a hero. That's a governor. Mutation does, but mutation is actually making a fleet, so mutation is actually important. But then again, what else is this place going to do for me, like specifically? It's kind of meaningless and useless at this point in time, isn't it? I can, of course, have a bunch of Cravers exploit this lava planet to make this thing faster, which I think is exactly what I'm going to do. So let's have a Craver and then a bunch of slaves. The reason why I'm doing that is because, well, this keeps this lava planet going for a little bit longer, and I can use the slaves for extra effectiveness. So let's see who do I want in there out of the people I have available. Well, it looks like the only people that actually matter are the Harrow Sheriffs. When it matters as in they care which planet they live on. The other guys not necessarily, so let's just assemble a random crew of populations and there. Now with a slave driver, those guys will be extra efficient, which is going to lower the time it takes for me to make the Intergalactic Technology Center by a lot. Sure, I'm also explaining the planet, but this is the whole point. As I said, I am the plague. I eat things up, and in this case it's in my best interest to actually eat this planet up to speed the construction of the system, of this improvement somewhat. Sure, supposedly I want to keep those planets as healthy as possible for as long as possible to benefit more from this improvement, but I mostly want to make sure that the enemy doesn't have this improvement. That's the first thing. Secondly, it still is going to improve my science output. I mean, look at it right now, it can be bigger. And later on I might even install, I don't know, Dark Matter Institute in there. Although Dark Matter Institute, in my opinion, is kind of rubbish. Unless you are specifically going for science victory. And even then, it's not the best. Alright, you system, you have nothing that interests me. And I don't need extra manpower because I have quite a bit of it generated right now. So what I need from you right now is just extra money, I suppose, because there's really nothing else I care about right now. And I keep repeating right now over and over for no reason, but I suppose... I mean, I do have a reason. Do I? I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense. Anyway, oh yeah, hey, look, more balanced ships that actually, you know, can fire back at me as opposed to the other guys. I'm sure they don't do much damage, but my ships are top of the line. They are hard to deal with. Speaking of hard to deal with, I am somewhat troubled by the amount of fleets that are going to hit mutation almost simultaneously, although those guys are actually going to be hit much sooner than those guys, and by the time those guys hit, I should have the Reaper ready for deployment, which is going to be nice. Aye, labor, yes please, I'm going to need that if I want to make more ships. What are my laws, by the way? I completely forgot that. Suppose, do I want these laws to be enacted? I think I do, yeah. More science for less dust is certainly what I want to go for, especially since I have a bunch of systems that are just producing dust because there's nothing else I really care about. Or, alternatively, I should not be a stupid baby and actually make some invasion ships. So let's go ahead and do that. Even if I don't have the invasion dedicated module, I can still make invasion ships. So, let's go for guard killers, shall we? Guard killers, there we go. Now, I don't have any invasion modules aside from titanium A to S slugs. Now, how much titanium am I making per 10? Actually, it's a good thing to check. I'm making 12 titanium per 10 and 15 Hyperium. And all of my ships are kind of relying on titanium. Actually, wow, that's a lot of more titanium spent on sciences than I expected. I thought that it's shipped mostly with... Yeah, I need this ship to have those titanium, this titanium plating though, because this is exactly how it's capable of withstanding the damage that the AI is throwing at it. So I cannot get rid of that, which means that my new invasion ship is going to be, well, kind of empty actually, because I cannot use titanium slugs to help me with sieging process since they're kind of expensive. I mean, I could make 2 of those invaders, or I can just stop making an actual fleet to fight the enemies, because right now I have enough ships and they're powerful enough to kill the enemies. So, yeah, actually, it's going to be a siege tower, because it's literally a tower except on its side, and it's going to be siege. And I'm actually going to give it a bunch of these modules. And maybe some speed is actually going to be important. You know, now that I think about it, getting to the actual place of sieging is something that needs to happen. I'm only going to install 1 warp drive, but this is going to be nice. So this ship is going to be able to, you know, invade somewhat, and it has 330 manpower, which is kind of meaningless, but at least it can bombard. At least that's what I assume this means, bombarding. Anyway, it can at least help me with sieging process somewhat. I'm not going to install any other modules on it. Let's keep it as cheap as possible. Create design, siege towers are ready. Do I want to make it any trireme? Probably not. So trireme is going to give me exotic rations to give me some extra population. Delphinus, however, is going to be... yeah, I cannot afford the new siege towers for the time being. So trireme, you're just on the money DT for the time being, because I don't need extra troops that badly. As for the research, well, there are a few things I can think of wanting, like for example ultra tough materials, which is going to be really important. In fact, I might go for it right now. The alternative being that I reach the next level of science tree, which is going to be quite useful, and it also would give me access to compact warp methods. But again, I don't feel like this is the priority. Also, again, I know liquid composites, but there's so many things that I need to spend my antimatter and adamantium on now that I actually have gained access to the two of these. Well, only one of these for the time being. But even that antimatter is in high demand, or rather going to be in high demand, because it's the thing that you use for most of your science stuff. So yeah, I don't need liquid composites right now, even though, trust me, I want to see my carriers just as much as you do, because Craver carriers are awesome. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and finish the 10 and drink some tea. Alright, I'll drink some tea. You might drink some tea as well if you have any. Feel free to, it's not like I'm stopping you. Alright, that was nice. Okay, I am content to have taken the morally correct thingy. I am giving survival suits. Alrighty then. That's something, I suppose. Not really all that meaningful, but whatever. I can get extra Dark Glitter or I can get extra Hyperion. Hyperion is obviously better for me right now. The question is, can I actually get to Scythe in less than 10 turns? I believe I can, just by the virtue of sending my scout ships. So, yeah. This quest doesn't force me to actually win the fight. I can just send in my scout over there and it's going to be good enough. So, let's go for this option. I want the extra Hyperion, it's going to be useful. Now, I lost a civilian ship somewhere, yeah. Reverse, killed it. Oh yeah, that's why Achilles is growing so slowly. Another reason, rather, why it's growing so slowly. Also forgot to make a colonization ship to send it to Achilles. Oopsie. Suppose it happens. Alright then, can I please take over Edes here? I would be really happy if I could. Still attacking with all my might, and it's not good enough. That's really annoying. Alrighty then. I could stop the invasion, but nah, I'll think about it. Anyway, let's go ahead and have a little fight. I don't believe... I mean, we can watch it because... nah, it's literally meaningless to watch this battle. Also, dear AI, whatever AI that is running my ships, how many times have I told you not to move any of my junk? Alright then. So, decisive victory, because the enemy ran away again. I don't know why you're even heading in here, the Unfallen, if you're going to keep running away. Now in here, however, it's going to be a little bit of a bigger battle. Do we want to watch it? Well, maybe. I don't know how well the enemy is going to perform. As for my ship's deployment, I actually want to have more ships in the middle line. So I think I'm going to move my budget ship in just as a bit of extra firepower. And I'm going to click on watch it because, yeah, as I thought, the enemy is actually going to fight in this battle. And I want to estimate the enemy's effectiveness. Sure, I can use the post-battle analysis, but, you know, we have to watch explosions from time to time, and it's our first actual encounter with the Unfallen. Like, yeah, I think it is literally our first battle against the Unfallen. Now, because time constraints are real, and I don't want this playthrough to last for too long, I will skip to... Oh, this is a lovely shot, though. This is less so, but whatever. Yeah, I'm not skipping the action, whatever. This thing is lame. I'm just going to drink my tea. And oh, this is a lovely shot. This is so beautiful. That's why I love battles in Endless Space 2. Anyway, let's drink. Now, since we are in a battle, let's talk about something off topic. Like, for instance, the fact that this series is performing worse than any series I have done in several years. Like, literally several years. Which I'm okay with. I mean, I'm not happy about it, obviously, but I'm okay with that because it's my hobby, as I always said. But it's kind of surprising because I'm doing worse than I did back in my Endless Space 1 days. And sure, I know I was inactive for a month, but even then, that inactivity, it doesn't feel like it would hurt me that as much as it did. So, I only need to think if people are actually interested in Endless Space 2 at all. I mean, sure, the Unfallen playthrough performed really well, but it's also possible that since I was absent, people have watched all the playthroughs they wanted of the game since then, and they no longer care about Endless Space 2, because it's also much easier than, for example, Endless Legend, which is why my Endless Legend playthroughs were always somewhat popular. So what I will need to do is actually, well, figure out what my viewers want to watch more. I guess I'll post a poll about this at some point in the future, if I remember to do it. Hopefully I will. And of course, I will still try to make a multiplayer game happen in Endless Space 2, because that itself, if that doesn't help with the viewership, then nothing will. Anyway, again, it's not a terribly concerned with viewerships, but it's more of the case of, well, it's not, well, if I have playthroughs, or rather, the types of video. Let's put it differently. There are several types of videos that I can choose from when recording a video. I don't have to always choose Endless Space 2. I choose it because I like it the most right now, but it feels unrewarding when people don't watch it. So, is that the place I had to go to? Let's have a quick check. No, that's safe. That's not the same. So, oh, also this is a magic system. So, anyway, if people don't watch this series, then I'm more inclined to, you know, record other series because it feels more rewarding, obviously, when I make a series that is actually being watched by somebody. Not to say, okay, well, first of all, I know that the people who actually can listen to my words are the ones that are watching, so I'm not saying anything bad about you. You are awesome, thank you for being here, and I'm kind of shocked that you are still here, and it's really a pleasure for you to be here. Is it? That's not... that was the wrong thing to say. It's a pleasure to have you here, for me. But anyway, let's go ahead and send those reinforcements over to Mutation, and then I'm going to probably send them over to LSC as well to reinforce and keep up the attack action going. Also, there's a rogue mothership over at Hubela. Can I kill it? Of course I can. Will I kill it? Of course I will. So let's go ahead and... do we want to watch that? This might be a cool battle to watch. I think we want to watch that. So, in terms of advanced, do I want to have anything on my other line? I don't think I do. I think I want to have all of my eggs in one basket, even if the enemy does. I don't actually remember how much CP mothership is. Oh, it's 8. Well, either way, I want to have all my ships in a single line because, firstly, as you can see, the enemy is deployed in a single line. Anyway, and sure, deploying in another line would increase the damage I can deal, but I want the hero ship and the Reaver to guarantee the fact that they can take extra ship damage. What I could have done is send in an extra slicer to the top rank, because there's actually, now that I think about it, there's no way that the mothership will fire the top rank rather than the middle one, unless something weird goes on with its deployment, which could happen, but it's unlikely. I could have just risked one slice over the top to give me extra damage. I could have done that. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but I'm curious how well this arc ship is going to perform. It does have some shooting, alright, we established that. This is a lovely view, but alright, it's also using missiles, as it was before. And my ships are taking a bit of damage, and the Reaper is actually taking a lot of damage, considering how much it's been taking up to this point. But it still is going to be alright, and the enemy attack ships that are accompanying the arc, well, yeah, they're not in for a good time whatsoever. And the arc ship itself, well, that's another gouge there, that's good. What about the arc ship? Okay, come on, game, is on me on the arc ship. I want to see how it's doing. Not my ships, even though I love them, and sure, this is good. Okay, I think, no, I didn't actually see the arc ship's health points. I'd love to, but of course the autocam. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's an easy battle. Surely, no problems. The Reaper has taken more damage than expected, but then again, I am destroying an arc ship, so I think it's excusable. But anyway, let me drink. Oh, this is a lovely shot. Anyway, I'm gonna drink some more. Yeah, I can't complain about that. I love to see a triangle explode. Actually, it's not a triangle because it's a geometrical figure, but whatever. I call it a triangle, deal with it. Anyway, there's a random gouge that survived the battle. I don't know what it's doing there, but whatever. My hero leveled up. Yay, you're an endless hero, so I don't really actually care all that much. I can give you less upkeep on fleet, even though you are in a tiny fleet by now. But whatever, have less upkeep on fleet. Congratulations. Alrighty then, dear Vodiani, you are repopulating the planet nicely, so keep at it, I suppose. Yeah, let's have public-private thingies over jigs. Why not? We're gonna have a Craver in 2 turns, which is lovely. It's going to speed up the process of eating it up the planet, which right now is non-existent since I'm not eating up the planet. And I can end it with the turn. Yay! 2 turns in 20 minutes. Is it that 2 turns? I think it is. It's also entirely possible that I'm just not going through the game fast enough, and that in Endless Legend I was faster. I don't think I was fast in Endless Legend, mind you. I really don't, but maybe I was. I will need to check. It's been a while. Anyway, can I take this place over? I'm eternally curious. And did I? Yes, I did. All right. Finally, the enemy ran out of the juice, and they are now officially taken over. Good. Alrighty then, let's murder the fleet that just randomly appeared. Well, I'm not even gonna reassign the slicer since the enemy is probably going to run away. Sure they did. So that was entirely meaningless, but Eris here is now mine, which is lovely. Do I want to move to actually there's the marbles, not the Unfallen. I do have one Unfallen, I don't care about the Unfallen. Marvels, however, they're hot, and they like hot planets as well. So I am going to move them. Delphinus maybe? Yeah, Delphinus on Marvels and Delphinus would be absolutely amazing. So let's prepare the colonization effort. Let us also go for the microwave pipes, because it's going to be a major boost. Let's send in as many marbles as I can over to Delphinus in order to increase the chance of them repopulating over there because of how good Delphinus actually is for us right now. Alright, depart to Delphinus. Hopefully you won't be murdered by some horrible pirates. Or on the Fallen for that matter, because they are here. Holy balls, they reach faster than I expected them to. No matter, they're all going to die anyway, and do we want to watch that? It's the same battle, except with a well instead of a needle. So what? Oh wait, this well is actually using energy weapons. Good on it, but we're not going to watch that. Also, Reaper is definitely going to be in the central flank. Thank you very much. Actually, yeah, like so. All right, that's good. So let's go ahead and fight and see how it goes. It went extremely well. I'm happy about that. Let's go into advance to see exactly what happened. So yeah, the vast. Oh wow. I mean, it makes sense. I only have a single ship that actually deals any missile damage, and I have a lot of ships that are dealing laser damage, and as you can see, the laser damage is still relevant. I checked because I was curious. Since a video ago, or maybe 2 videos ago, I'm losing track, we saw that missiles were accounting for almost half of the damage we did, which honestly kind of surprised me. I didn't say anything back then, but the more I thought about it, the more surprised I was. But as I can see right now, yeah, no, it's still lasers, even though the enemy is supposedly supposed to counter them. Supposedly supposed to. Wow, good English, bro. That's not even good English, that's just good brain, except not at all. Oh, hi there! Yes! Hello! You're the Empire, you have no idea how happy I am to see you. Please, let me declare war on you. Yep, this is how you play as a Craver. Also, hey, I found a black hole, woohoo! Alright, what is my approval now? It's kind of mutinous, but we're going to work on improving that. Sorry, United Empire, this is exactly why you're here. Also, serious, let's have a quick look-see, because I didn't actually take in... Okay, yeah, I need to send people in here to this place as quickly as humanly possible, because this place is... I mean, I gotta be here, like, right now. So, you better give me a pupa ship. Actually, do I have the extra... No, I didn't reach the other level of colonization. That's a shame. Whatever. I'm just going to make a pupa ship. I will speed it up. And I'll send it to you. Blah. Because it's very important. Alright. Expanded mines. No need for that. Oh, wait. Yes, there is a big need for that on the system. That certainly is. Thank you very much. Alright. You are on the council and you're kind of stuck here as well. So go over there. That's fine. Alright. What else do I have to do? Warden is doing stuff. SI is kind of useless. I have a lot of resources now though, so I can make a bunch of ships. Not on Delphinus because this place is kind of busy, but how about over here on Mutation? So Mutation, please do make me a bunch of siege towers that I can send to the enemy system. That would be lovely. In fact, 3 siege towers is going to be good. Also, I would like to have a spin project over here, if you don't mind. That would be lovely. Like so. And in fact, wait, is there no exploitation? No, there is a spin project. Alright, I was just making sure that this is the case. Alright, Edasir, dear friend, what do you have? Psychoactive air, that's lovely. I'm sure you're excited to live there. Actually, I probably would be as well. So anyway, I'm not going to bother with Variac. I'm just going to send this fleet straight over to Albany and take over the enemy home system. Assuming I can, but I'm pretty sure I can. So let's do just that. Alrighty then, let's... I cannot merge the 2 fleets, but I can reinforce them somewhat, so like this. And I'm going to send the remaining ships, that being the 2 battle ships, over to Albany to help with the invasion. It's very little bonus, to be entirely honest. It's almost not worth it. But I can send the 2 battle ships over to a place like, let's say, what do I want? Is series, how much? Oh, you have a good deposit. So yeah, let's send it to Ceres, because I will probably want to grab that at some point. And I can start sieging it, even though, you know, 2 battleships, they were made on a budget, they are not going to do very well. But still, they're going to try, and trying is winning half the battle, right? Alright then, let's end the turn, let's drink some more tea. Also, by the way, I am going to mention this right now because it's going to become relevant in a moment. This video is going to be shorter than usual because I'm actually supposed to upload it today, and uploading takes a long time, so yeah, sorry about that. I was supposed to record it yesterday. Anyway, let's see, we've got a new hero, we can get another Guardian. Do I care about a 3rd Guardian? Right now I don't really need another Guardian. I already have a semi-useless Guardian on the east flank, if you can call it east, or a flank, for that matter. So I need somebody who would actually be good for my planet. So a Craver would be good for my planet. Do I want a Vodian instead? I probably don't, honestly, because of what they give me. But I mean, sure, there is the extra footsie income that you can get, which is pretty much the only thing the only reason why I would be potentially tempted to actually install a Vodian hero on a system. But this is far away. By the time this Vodian does reach inviolable authority, it's going to take way too long. Scavengers, I am not a fan of. I'm thinking about it, but no, I'm not gonna go for it. I'm just gonna, you know, keep it in the family and go for the Craver hero, nice and easy. Where do I want to install him? Maybe Host, because he's going to gain a lot of experience from finishing this intergalactic center thingy. So let's go ahead and install him here. Let's level him up a little bit because we can, and let's give him that upgrade because it's absolutely amazing. Actually, because of how big the system is, I should have gone for the one that gives me plus food and industry for each population point, but whatever, doesn't really matter all that much. Here leveled up, I have noticed that indeed. So what do I want to give him? Do I care about extra approval? I might at some point, so I might as well give him the extra approval stats now, even though it's not going to become relevant until later. Although he is a political leader, so I may also want to have extra capacity. I'll give him that for the time being. It's not going to become relevant most likely, but in case it does, well, let's have the skill ready already. And that should be it. Alrighty then. The fleet finished exploring. I found an amoeba. You just keep exploring, because don't pretend like you're dumb. I don't even know what I said or how I said it, but whatever. I have a new research that needs to be researched. Alright, I can go for Wealth of the Endless. How long do I get? 24. That's a long time. It is a really good thing though. And I'm somewhat tempted to just rush it, to be entirely honest with you. This would help me immensely. And 24 turns, yeah, I mean, sure, grabbing those kind of thingies, like dimension folding, would increase the speed of everything, but I don't have that much antimatter, so I cannot speed up the process in any way, really. And the compact warp methods I want, but I can get them in 110. For the time being, let's queue things up like so, because there isn't really anything else in the 5th era of this place that I care about too much right now. I mean, urgent AI research, sure, that would be nice, but it's not worth all of the extra science production. I will go for compact warp methods just to give myself access to the next era and potentially think about grabbing F-Reality Institutes, or rather access to them, if I decide that my antimatter gain is good enough. Because I may also want to do disrupt the Wealth of the Endless research for the purpose of getting carriers, because, you know, the cool factor, the cool rule. Carriers are awesome, so I want to have them. Anyway, there's actually a curiosity I forgot to explore. That's good. Oh, then again, it's an arid planet, so it's kind of meaningless as well. Alright. Oh, wait, never mind. Another arid planet with adamantium. That's just... how much adamantium? Decent amount as well. That's just typical. Also, colonization is progressing nicely. I do remember, yeah, I did send in a bunch of people over to this planet. So, I need to actually lower this place's food output. Although then again, this planet is about to become depleted, which is going to lower its food output like by default, so I don't have to worry too much about that. You just sleep here for the time being. And is there anything else I need to deal with at the moment? Well, I can make some extra microwave pipes in, for example, Trireme, which I'm going to do. Microwave pipes are a humongous boost to your system's capability to produce literally anything you want, be that industry or science or whatever. Let us, however, finish at least this one siege tower before we work on that, because we might as well have it ready. That would be nice. Anything else? I don't believe so. I mean, SR can also have those, I suppose. The microwave pipes, I mean. Alright, now we're ready and good to go. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And, okay, it's been half an hour. But we went through a few tests, which was already way better than what we... Oh, crap, I forgot about my expansion ship. The, you know, what you might call it, the pupa ship, to send it over to Sirius. Oh, but I can't colonize this place anyway because it's the enemy's... inside the enemy's fields of influence. Or is it? So it's hard to tell. It seems like it's mostly in the enemy's sphere of influence, but I have seen situations in the past where the system, which I thought was in the enemy's area of influence, was actually not in the enemy system of influence. And I also saw some situations where a system that I thought was not in the enemy system of influence actually was in that system of influence. Either way, we're gonna test things out, and I'm going to send the people ship over there, and hopefully I can grab the system. Knowing my luck, I won't be able to, but it's always, you know, a good idea to try, right? Let's get a gouge, because, hey, why not? It's a gouge, I want it dead. I'm going to gouge its heart out, I suppose. And with that, I'm going to call it a day. Ladies and gentlemen, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Power. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you online.